Hey everybody, this is Alan Johannes. This is Guitar Power. I'm so excited to have amazing young guitarist, Malcolm Brickhouse of Unlocking the Truth.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. So tell me, how young were you when you started playing?
I started playing guitar when I was about 7 years old.
Right.
My mom bought me a first act Toys R Us guitar thing. Mm-hmm. It was a blue acoustic guitar. I started taking lessons at 7, and then I wanted an electric guitar.
Uh-huh.
My first real guitar was like an Ibanez Geo.
Mm-hmm. What was the first riff you learned on guitar? Do you remember?
Let's say this is the first riff I've learned.
That has to be, definitely one of my earliest memories of something being like, oh, that's heavy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what kind of influence did you have as a guitar player was?
Well, when I was younger, I used to listen to a lot of Disturbed because my dad took me and the drummer of my band, Jared, to wrestling shows, and the background music was metal.
Right.
And Motorhead there, Motorhead like Triple H and all that stuff. And so I started looking up all this metal and everything. I feel like Disturbed and 3 Days Grace were the bands I really liked at the time, and Slipknot.
What tunes did you learn straight away? Did you go for the solos or did you play the rhythms?
I played the riffs really. My favorite riff when I was younger was Down with the Sickness riff. And then I started seeing other bands the more I listened to metal and everything. Right now, my favorite guitarist is Jeff Loomis from Nevermore, and I just started getting into Jimi Hendrix. I didn't understand at the time when I was younger why he was at the top of the list and everything.
Right, always considered so.
As I got older, I started realizing how unique he was. So.
Absolutely. How early did you start, basically, you and Jared jamming together and thinking about okay, we can make a band. This is a band.
Well, when we first started, it was I played the piano, not really, just digging on keys, whatever. Mm-hmm. And the drummer had a little, electronic little pad thing. Mm-hmm. So then, once I started playing guitar, we started doing covers.
So how did you go about figuring stuff out? Were you doing it by ear or?
I learned from tablature.
Right.
And I usually do everything by ear. Mm-hmm. And in 2012, we did our first show at the Apollo Theater, and it was a fun show. We played a song called "Start the Game." That was our first song. The riff was really easy. So. And the verse is like. We played that.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty rocking.
And then
that was one of the first tunes.
Yeah. I wrote that I was 11, I guess. Mm-hmm. And after that, you usually get a call back if they accept you to go on the amateur night. And they told us right away, the same day, before we left, that they wanted us there.
Of course.
So, everything grew from there.
Yeah, it grew from there. So, can you play a couple of those covers that you talked about when you first started?
We played Down with the Sickness. This is The Gorgeous Nightmare, the song we auditioned for the Apollo. I always wondered why people like playing their own songs live
Right.
instead of covers. 'Cause I thought covers were fun at first. And then once I realized, like crowds can get into your own music and they actually enjoy like your creativity.
Yeah, you're tuned. Yeah. So, in terms of the writing process, you find you need to have Jared on drums, and what's your bass player's name?
The bass player's name is Alec.
And Alec.
When we first started the band, I would just come up with a riff, and the drummer would just come up with the drums. And lately, since I've been getting into a lot of production and everything,
Oh wow.
I make a lot of these new songs by myself, and then I show them the song, and then they either like add their input. I feel like you can make better music when it's like you're all doing it at once, but we haven't really had a lot of time lately to practice all together.
Yeah.
So it's like once in a while, so I make a lot of the songs by myself. I also like sweep picking a lot, so I have a lot of habits I run into when trying to make solos.
Check it out.
And I like have fun doing that kind of stuff. I have like my band around and I feel like inspired and everything. That's when I come up with a good solo. So my favorite solos for this song we have called Monster, and it's just like it's just a feel thing when I make my music. You have to be inspired.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're trying to force the music out there, if you're trying to force the song to come together good, it's not gonna come out as good as it could come out.
It's totally right. And then obviously live, imagine you've got your buddies in the band and the chemistry of playing live, together, and also the energy of the audience. That inspires quite a bit too. Plus, it's your music.
Exactly.
Yes.
Could be spiritual. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah.
I think it's the closest. In my mind, it's definitely part of that sort of feeling of connection through music, ability to communicate with it.
It's a language, I guess.
It's a language, yeah. Any riffs you can play us from stuff that's, I don't know if it's, from the new stuff?
This is my favorite riff. It's off a song called Numbing.
That's really badass.
Yeah. Oh, we're about to shoot a music video for a song called Take Control, and this is how this riff goes. Then we have like a huge tempo change, and then the chorus is.
Badass. Well, thank you, Malcolm, for being
Thank
here,
you.
and a real pleasure.
It's been a pleasure too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's great. This is Alan Johannes. It's Guitar Power. Thank you so much.